special guest in the house tonight, the one, the only, Mr. Rayvon himself. Introduce yourself to the listeners.
Yes. It's all about dancehall and reggae music right now. This is your boy Rayvon live in the building. Power of reggae live. Turn up.
Definitely ready for this interview tonight.
Yes, sir.
As I told you earlier, I grew up in the 90s, seeing you as a superstar coming through the hood, looking up to you. So it's definitely a pleasure to get the chance to interview you tonight.
No respect.
Let's start off with your humble beginnings. You've been doing it for a while. Your first hit was way back in about 92. That's what they would say. But I know you've been doing it before that. Shout out to the whole camp that you come out of, because we got a chance to interview Screechy Don earlier this year.
Right.
He definitely bigged you up. Shout out to Shaggy. You heard the records, the collaborations.
Yeah.
Once again, the man, diamond selling collaborator. This is my first diamond selling interview. I get to sit down with a diamond selling artist. So once again, Mr. Rayvon is here. I'm real excited to do this interview. Let's take it from the top. Starting with the name Rayvon, starting with the early beginnings in your career. Tell us how it came about.
Man, you know, I started as a DJ, you know what I mean, doing hip hop music early in Crown Heights. You know what I mean, we're talking like, probably was like 12, 13 years old. You know what I mean, had a rap group and the whole nine. And then, you know, got linked up with the Vital crew down the line. I mean, and right there is where the reggae started.
Okay, so before we go to that, we're familiar with the Vital crew once again through Screechy Don. He gave us the beginnings of the crew. He gave you that shout out that night when we did that interview.
Yeah.
But you started off at a very young age in Crown Heights, you said.
Yeah.
What was it that got you to the point where you was able to link up with the Vital crew? Let's start from the beginning. What you was doing at the age of 12, 13 in Crown Heights? Were you sneaking in the sessions, grabbing the mic? What were you doing at that point in time?
No, it come to a high school link. I mean, a big up DJ Robin Hood. I mean, yeah, he was a link between, you know, myself and you know, Vital crew, or Nostrand Avenue, so to speak. And then Nostrand Avenue kind of lead right up to, kind of what Nostrand was the whole Caribbean vibe. You had every Caribbean island. From Fulton, go right up to President Street.
Kind of changed now.
It changed now, but
yeah.
but yeah, originally that's, you know, when I was there, that's what it was. So.
Okay, so you linked up with the Vital crew,
Yeah.
and at this point in time, were you still in high school? Were you fresh out of high school?
I was still in high school.
Okay, so in high school, and you're doing it with the Vital crew. Once again, Screechy told us the members back then, but from your recollection, who were the people when you linked up with the crew that you were running with at that time?
Yeah, Screechy, Trevor Sparks, Knight Rider, James Bond, you know what I mean, Pickup.
Yes. Okay.
Cheesy Rider, Flipper T, you know what I mean, Mobby.
So at this point in time in your career, you were doing sessions, live on sound systems. That's how you were getting your music out.
Yeah, because I was on a couple of different, you know, I was working with you know Vital, but there was another sound called Magnum Hi-Fi with kind that's a sound from Flatbush Avenue at the time. I was also doing some work with that sound. You know, big up Chrissy Love, another artist who had bring me through on that sound.
Okay. Now you mentioned earlier you had more of a hip hop vibe to you. What made you cross genres and come more into the reggae music? Because that's where you made your bread and butter as an artist. But what made you make that change in your career, early in your career?
Well, I was a DJ, right? So I played reggae too. You know what I mean? But I went to a dance at Galaxy Ballroom. You know what I mean? With Brigadier Jerry and Tyan and, you know what I mean? And I kind of got inspired right there.
Was y'all love playing that night?
No. It was a
We ain't
couple
gonna,
of songs.
we ain't gonna hold you for
African
exactly.
Love and some other
Okay.
songs was playing that night. But I think it was the first time that
You fell in love with it.
Brigadier Jerry and Lady Ann and them, they came to town.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was a big dance. You know what I mean? So I passed through and like, kind of like, yeah man, the energy kind of like transferred, you know what I mean, to me. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that too. But that didn't happen overnight though. You know what I mean? It's like, all right. It's like you focus on something, I said, I got my hand up. And then, you know, it was like relentless work. It was like every day. I'm in my house. I bought my turntables, my mix-up, buy my record, you know what I mean? Every day after school, it's like, I rehearse, I work out. You know what I mean? Until you get to that point where.
Okay. Did you have anybody you would say in high school at that point in time that we may know that you were competing against or getting a strength from or an energy from to do what you were doing?
No, it was more or less like, I would say like the high school parties. Because see the high school parties, like I did one high school party when I touched the mic. And after that, it was like, all right, look at the vibes and the energy to turn up. So it's like, yeah, this is what I gotta do. To like, be like, you know what I mean? Because when you get to high school, you wanna be like, you wanna be popular. You don't wanna be like the dude in the back. Son. You wanna be like the front. So we're fighting the team. I'm not like 6'5". I ain't gonna dunk. I ain't gonna be playing basketball. So if I find a team, that gonna work for me. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, so
Everybody in high school, you can relate to that.
yeah, I could definitely relate.
What worked for you?
Music.
All right then.
Okay, so now we coming across, you're playing music.
Yeah.
You find that you had the talent that you could hold a mic and entertain the crowd. You furthered that and you linked up with the Vital Crew. Now you're still a youngster at this point in time. Was that the point where you actually started getting a chance to go to the studio and do music?
Well, I mean, I guess through, you know, we used to work out in a basement setting. You know what I mean? Everybody used to come through and, you know, there's vibes out. You know, we playing music and the mic is going around and everybody have vibes out. So, I mean, I guess that's where you kind of get your energy. You know what I mean? So, when that call came to come to the studio, we're ready. So we just got a studio. You know what I mean? So we just kind of apply what I've been doing at the studio. I mean, some people will say, you know, when you're doing it raw in the studio is a different thing because a studio setting is more structured. It's not like you just freestyle. You gotta structure your song. You gotta have a chorus, verse. Sometimes
you gotta produce actually telling you, yeah, working with you. Someone else is also telling you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the start comes with the confidence within the rawness of just doing it. And then when you get to the studio, you learn what you need to have in the studio to make it work.
Okay. Now, we played a record earlier,
Yeah.
Bigger.
Right.
And that record is from about 92.
Maybe 91.
Okay. So now, that was in our eyes, a certified hit.
Yeah.
Was that the first record you recorded that actually got pressed on vinyl, distributed, or were you doing music that was being distributed before that?
No, that was not my first record.
Okay.
You know, I was when I did get that first call to come to the studio, it was from a studio called Living Room Studio, Barry Dredd and Sidney Mills. And yeah, when I got that call, I was in school, yeah. But you know, I wouldn't advise this to any of the youngsters that's listening. but actually cut school for that student. I'm not getting that trouble for it, you know what I mean? But, you know, it was worth it because, you know, getting a call to go to the studio is like, at that time, is like, you know, a big thing. Especially when it's a, you know, a professional studio where you're gonna actually get to record a record and hear yourself on wax, and even with the thing of hearing yourself on the radio. So after doing that, you know, it was a great look. It was a great thing. You know, I was very energized by that opportunity right there, because you know, when I went to the studio, the song actually came out that I actually heard on the radio.
What was that first record?
First record was a song called Sweet and Pretty. I mean, for the girl that.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the A and the B side.
And that record you got a chance to hear on the radio?
I heard that song on the radio, yeah. It got actually
who was playing that back then on the radio?
It was at station 105.9.
Tell us about that moment when you first heard that record on the radio, your record. Were you still in high school or out of high school at that point?
I think I was maybe in my last year.
Okay, and you heard your record on the radio.
I heard, yeah.
Tell us about that experience. Tell us about that. Yeah.
You know, I've always heard of different artists when they said, you know, the first time they heard this song on the radio. And trust me, I experienced the same thing. You know what I mean? Just realizing that you're not the only one that's hearing this right now. You know, to listen to shit. You know, so it was a start. That was a start, because that gave me like that boost, like, you know, we can do this.
Okay, that was the start.
Yeah.
Now, you're still shackled by high school. I guess your parents is telling you, okay, well, this is not for you. So you're shackled with the responsibility of school, but you're hearing yourself on the radio. So that fight within itself, where did it take you from hearing your record on the radio? Were you able to go out and perform? Where did it take you at that point in time?
All right, well, it's the music business, right? Now, just because you heard this song on the radio, right, that don't mean it says a big hit. That don't mean you get to quit your job. That don't mean you're gonna quit school and start move up and down. That might just be, you know, be the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So, the song did what it did. Or I mean, you know, it did what it was supposed to do as far as to give me that boost, you know, internally, to know that, to keep going. So this might be your path. You know what I'm saying? So there wasn't any conflict between school or work, or, you know, with that particular record. Because when you talk to a lot of artists, it's not a lot of times that they blow up huge on the first song.
Okay, so the record didn't change your life at that point in time.
Not only to the point where I'm like, okay, I heard my song on the radio, so I heard myself on the radio.
Good celebrity.
Yeah, that's that's the terminology back then. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they had a show on TV called Video Music Box as well.
Ralph,
So
Daniel,
when
shout
you
out
see
to
yourself,
Ralph.
yeah, from Video Music Box.
So you shot the
To
video?
turn up.
So you shot the video for
No. My first video came down the line with a song called No Guns No Murder.
Okay.
That's from my first video.
All right, now, from the first record that you heard on the radio to Big Up, the first record that the world knew Rayvon, what was that time frame like, that period like, and where did it take you in your career at that point in time? Because this is still fairly early in your career.
Yeah, I think, you know, everything was a learning experience. It was like steps, you know, because when I got that first call to come to a living room studio, like I said, I did a DJ song, which is a chatting song, you know what I mean? And then I did a couple of singing songs. So I was kind of like in the studio, like, all right, you know, if artists came through, they wanted to collaborate with a DJ, Rayvon over there, he can do it. They wanted a singing song, a Rayvon over, he can do that too. You know what I mean? So fast forward, here come an artist called Shaggy. And he was there to do a DJ song. So it's like, you know, the producer was like, you know, Barry was like, yo, why would not do a song combination, you know what I mean? So I sang my chorus, he did a DJ part, and that was the start of Shaggy and Rayvon.
Shout out to
Rayvon
Sting
and Shaggy.
International, shout out
Yeah.
to Ranch Entertainment.
Yeah, man. But
Now-
Sting never reached yet, you know. It's before
That's
Sting.
Exactly. I ain't even asked you about that. See, I'm just shouting them out.
Yeah.
Since you shouted out Shaggy, I'm just shouting them out. Okay, so now, this is a chance meeting that you had with Shaggy at that point in time.
Yeah.
And that record came about.
Right.
What was the reaction after the record was recorded, it hit the road, it's a big hit? What was the reaction?
This is a good combination right here. This is a combination that can win. You know what I mean? It was a good contrast. Shaggy had a rough, hardcore, you know, type of voice, and I'm like, I had a smooth singing. So that contrast on a wicked rhythm, wicked beat would work.
All right, what we gonna do now is we gonna drop another record, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna request what I wanna hear, Johnny, because you see what he just talked about with the combination. It's not only Shaggy. We got more records. We got more combinations. This man, whether you needed the DJ, you needed the singer, he was able to do it. And we're gonna give you a little example of it again. Power Reggae Radio Show, powerreggae.com. Yes. Couple of collaborations just to drive the point home. The music speaks for itself. We don't have to exaggerate the interview. The music speaks for itself. Definitely an artist that other artists could work with. So now we're gonna pick up where we left off with the introduction with Shaggy. You started working with Shaggy and you got a great response out of the gate. So what did that do to help the relationship with you and Shaggy, and where did it go from there?
After doing that first song at our living room studio, we took that combination energy and we went to Don Juan studio, you know what I mean? Big up Don Juan.
Classic.
You know what I mean? And then took that energy and link up with another producer called Sting. You know what I mean? Large Red Fox link. And you know, I think the rest is history. The first song we did with Sting was a song called Big Up. I mean, and that really, no, I'm lying. A song called Old Foot, that was the first one. And then called the song called Big Up. Old Foot kind of set the groundwork, and then Big Up kind of was the follow-up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now at this point in time, you recording at the studios and the producers that you mentioned so far, all the top producers in, I would say, dancehall in Brooklyn around that time, New York around that time.
We're going to stretch it out to Long Island too, because we have to big up Philip Smart.
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
Rest
yes,
in power.
definitely.
Yeah. you know,
Rest in power,
rest in-
Philip
rest
Smart.
in- yeah,
Yes,
rest in peace,
definitely.
you know. Yeah, man, rest in
Okay,
power,
so you're definitely making the rounds in New York at this point in time.
yeah.
You and Shaggy, you still with the Vital Crew. So what's going on in your career now? Are you traveling outside the city? Are you traveling outside the country? Are you able to do shows off of these records that you did so far in your career?
The first song that actually got us out of the borders of New York was Big Up. We went to Trinidad. I mean, Big Up the Trinidad Massive. Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah,
There's a place called, what was the name of that place? Cruise Complex, I think was the name of it. You know, I mean, Cruise Complex, and that was the first time we actually headed out to do a show outside of New York. And, you know, You know, big up. You know, I gotta give thanks for a song like that because that song, you know what I mean, it really stamp a thing. You know what I mean? It was like a movement. You know what I mean? It was like a real movement. So it opened a lot of doors, like as far as grassroots and underground wise.
Okay, so you touched Trinidad.
Yeah, that was the
you
first
came,
place.
came back. The record is still going at this point in time. You're riding the success of the records. At this point in time, a lot of the labels were looking at reggae artists. So what was going on in your career at that point in time?
At that time, I mean, I was just doing it because I just loved the music. It wasn't like, all right, I'm looking to it for a career or nothing like that. You know what I mean? With us, some youths in the streets, I do music and it's working, it's paying some bills. You can buy some sneakers with it, with the money, you can buy things, you know what I mean? So it's working, you know. But you know, down the line, I kind of came up in between. There was a little break period in between after the song, after Big Up, Nice and Lovely, and those songs like that. And then I got a call from, I was working with another producer called Frankie Cutlass. You know what I mean? And he's in a whole.
I ain't heard that name in a minute.
Yeah, Frankie Cutlass. Yeah, Big Up. You know, and, you know, he was working with a DJ producer called Flex, Funkmaster Flex, and he made a link. You know, I came in from a show, and you know, all things supposed to work, things is gonna work out. Because that night when I came in from that show, I was so beat. I was like, I ain't going nowhere. Nothing can get me out the house right now. I got that call from Frankie. He's like, man, we at the studio. You know, me and Funkmaster Flex, and we got an idea. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'm coming down there. You know, but I was tired, but you know, I made it. You know, it's like the vibe was telling me, you gotta go down there. Boom, went down there, and you know, we stayed in there. I left out of there like 8 o'clock in the morning with no runs, no murder. And you know, that was a good energy because after that came P and Pretty, and you know, Big Up Madline. We did a song called Safe Sex after that. You know, and then came in the summertime. So it's like everything is a building process.
Okay, at this point in time,
yeah.
Funkmaster Flex.
Yeah.
Of course, he's the legendary DJ all around New York on the radio. But at this point in time, I know he was probably playing on the radio, but he didn't have the slot that he had back then. I'm saying, so now, what was that like linking with Funkmaster Flex, who's a DJ from a different genre, but still understands New York and understand that you are a big artist in New York?
Flex got a Caribbean background.
See, I mean, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people in the business that you know that's in New York and tri-state, they got a Caribbean background, a Caribbean link. Father, mother, a grandfather, auntie, something is linked to the Caribbean. So it's not hard to get the vibe and get the energy. So. You know, when we did that song, it was like a natural thing. It wasn't no bad vibe, nothing, just straight bad wickedness.
Now you mentioned that video being played on Ralph McDaniel's video music box.
Yeah.
Was that the first video that you actually did?
Yeah, that was the first video, No Guns No Murder. Yeah.
Okay. So now you transitioned from hearing yourself on the radio to seeing yourself on the screen.
Yes, sir.
Again, another leap in your career. What did that do for you at that point in time? You spoke about flying out to Trinidad, but I know you've been to many more places than that. So let's get to the Rayvon, taking flights, touring, touching the world, letting them hear your voice.
Man, it's a blessing being able to go all over the world. You know what I mean? Like almost everywhere in Europe, been to many places in Africa, like more than once, Asia, all over the Caribbean, French Caribbean, English Caribbean, Spanish Caribbean, Dutch Caribbean, you know what I mean? Touched them all. South America, North America, Canada. You know what I mean? It's like, it's definitely a blessing. And more or less shows me like, you know, that's my calling in life.
Okay.
To bring good music. Because, you know.
And from the success from high school up until now in your career, have you had any points where you would say, okay, well, I want to take a break, or I'm taking a down period? Because this is, you're talking from high school. You've been doing the music at a successful rate and being able to tour the world. You humbly speaking said that music was always something that you did, but it wasn't the driving goal in your life, as per se. So now, did you have periods where you said, okay, I'm gonna take a break, or what? Because we still haven't discussed some of the big labels approaching you for deals and stuff. So, what drove you to keep doing the music?
The fans, you know, they give you the appreciation, like, man, oh, that song, this what happened in my life to that song. I did this to that song. That song was this to me. And, you know, I have the love for it, the overall, you know, doing the music. But when you go out and do the shows and the fans come to you and give you an experience about what they've been through with the song, yeah. I never had a time when I said I want to take a break. You know, sometimes, you know, the music gives you, the business gives you a break when you're not even looking for it. So you just gotta work it, the ups and downs of the business. You know, you just work with it, you adapt.
Definitely. And you still not taking any breaks, but we're in 2017 now, and we about to play more new music.
Yes.
You got a new record. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let Johnny play the record, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna discuss the record. Power Reggae Radio, PowerReggae.com. New record. What's the name of this track? Before you squeeze it, Johnny, what's the new?
Which one am I playing? Sugarcane?
Sugarcane. That's the new single. 2017 Rayvon.
That's the new one right now. Large Up Sugar Beer. That one is featuring Sugar Beer, yeah.
Sugarcane.
Yeah.
Power Reggae Radio Show, PowerReggae.com. Some new music from the artist Rayvon.
Yes.
First thing that jumped off in my mind, you showing the DJ style as well. Known for the singing, had the big hits with the songs, singing, but you're showing the versatility. But it's a big step for you in your career at this point in time with the new music that you're bringing, because from my understanding, you're stepping into a different realm as an artist. You're taking more control over your music. I'll let you tell us more about it. What you're doing now with your new music, the way you're bringing it to the masses, what's the difference from early in your career when you first signed with MCA and other big labels?
We're doing it independent. You know, business has changed up, so right now, you know, more or less, you know, you just gotta find your, you know, how you're gonna adapt to the changes in the business with all of the downloads, and everything is online right now. So, you know, every artist doesn't necessarily need that contract with a major. You know what I mean? If you got a team in place that's gonna, you know, really promote, and you have that organization what's gonna work, you can do it independent. So then you have the majors calling you, so then you have a bigger platform to negotiate.
And that's what you're doing right now, right here. You know,
Yeah.
You're definitely promoting grassroots style. The first record that we played, Sugarcane. I know you got a visual out for that record. Your
Yeah, that video was released.
Okay.
Check it on YouTube right now.
Exactly. That's what we about to go to. Rayvon stepping into the new era with his music. You understand what social media represents for artists being independent. So now you have the video for Sugar Cane online. Listeners, you can go and check that out. Rayvon, the new video, Sugar Cane. Where can they check it out on YouTube? What's the YouTube page?
GTC Entertainment right now. You know, that's actually the name of my label. And I put my last project out. That's my first endeavor, going out, doing that CEO thing, that executive producer thing, where you know you put that project out, you get distribution for your label, and you know you go from there, produce the product, and you know that album is available online right now. It's a self-titled album, Rayvon.
Okay, so this is your second go around.
Second go around, yeah.
Putting out music under your own label. What's the name of the label again?
GTC Entertainment, and that's GTC. You know what that stands for? Get that cheddar.
Okay. Okay. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple.
I mean,
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your second go around.
Right.
Doing your own project on your own label. It's been a while now. How long you've been at it with GTC Entertainment?
It's been about 10 years now.
Okay.
But nothing happened before it's time. You gotta develop everything. You gotta learn. You gotta experience the business. This is a big business. This is a big game. The music industry is not for beginners. If you're gonna get to that level. If you go into the big leagues, you gotta play like a big leaguer.
Apart from the YouTube page, where else online can listeners go to hear Rayvon new music, to get familiar with what Rayvon is doing, whether it's shows, music, visuals you're putting out? Where can they find you online?
Right, because the social media is where it's at right now. So, my thing is the number one, Rayvon. One, Rayvon. That's my Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube channel, Instagram. The Facebook is a little tricky, so that's Rayvon Fan.
Twitter.
The Twitter is the one Rayvon.
Okay.
So the majority of it is one Rayvon. Number one, Rayvon. You keep up to date to everything what's going on, as of recent. And there's a website also, www.1.rayvon.com. And there's also merchandise on there. We got sugarcane hats for ladies. We got about to ride out sugarcane thing for ladies. We got all kind of merchandise, sunglasses.
I see you got the T on, you know what I'm saying? It looked like it's a little shot of Hennessy on the t-shirt that you got, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is a different song. It's Patron in my cup, but although
okay, you see, that's
we don't stop. This is different.
Exactly. Let's promote that.
Well, yeah, well, actually, big up Nati. Man, life is up. You see, from a spiritual vibe, all right, if I big up Nati, he's part of your organization, right?
Yes, big up Nati.
Yeah,
big up Nati Chris.
Yeah, man, Nati Chris, and some time back, I needed some graphics done for another project that I was working on called Patron in My Cup, and a link was made to Nati Chris, and he kind of designed the whole thing.
Okay, so I see.
I didn't even remember, but me tell you, said the energy of I wear, everything I wear, I end up I wear the same t-shirt with the design.
Big up Nati.
Check
him out. I'm saying songs on iTunes.
Yes.
Check the new video, Sugar Cane, on YouTube.
Yes. Look out for the new video. It's gonna be dropping in a month or so. It's called Trouble Again, the song you just heard. Rayvon under some roots rock reggae thing. You know what I mean? Because I do all reggae. Lovers rock, hip hop reggae, roots rock, it don't matter. You know what I mean? From the vibe there, we just touch it. I got a new situation, a distribution situation, larger Tough Gang. So we have GTC Tough Gang right now blasting off. You know what I mean? I got that same single is coming off them. And then I have another introduction song again. But you know that's down the line.
All right, wait, hold on. You just touched on something that it set a bulb off in my head. You said you working out something with Tough Ground right now.
Yeah.
So your connection with Tough Ground, you're going back and forth. Are you traveling to Jamaica, or are you touching the ground in Jamaica at this point in time with your new music as well?
Jamaica and California, New York, Jamaica, California link right now.
Okay.
Jamaica is where we actually, you know, blasted off with the Sugar King
Nice.
movement. You know what I mean? So
Nice.
big up all the people that was involved in that. You know what I mean? Kalawas, Galandes.
We gonna bring everybody up to 2017 before we tune out with the artist Rayvon.
Yeah.
Johnny, just dig in the box and find something and just let him do what he do. You know, I'm waiting on this tune out right here. Power Reggae Radio.
Light up the spliff and blaze up the chalice, like Peter touching a Buckingham Palace. Give it sour diesel for red up your face. Generally rush like a high-speed race. I teach and we have to embrace. Looking for the good thing, you come to the right place. So much smoke, we can't recognize the place. The herb, the love, a vibes up. Imagine this, the herb no sell on the corner. Imagine this herb served by a waiter. Imagine this herb sell a supermarket. In the tea section and it wrap up in a plastic. Imagine this, you come for your vacation, you get a big calice, split with a reservation. Not a figment of your imagination. Really? Really? 50 million herbs man cannot be wrong. You agree with me, put up on the hand and tag along. Mary Jane and Cheech and Chang. Every week man team song. Yes. Light up this spliff and blaze up the chalice. Like Peter touching a Buckingham Palace. Give it sour diesel, fill it up with face. And train a rush like a high-speed race. Higher teach-and we have to embrace. Looking for the good thing, you come to the right place. So much smoke we can't recognize the place. Yeah. Passed down from generation to generation. Right now we don't want no false accusation. Open the line of communication. When we get some good conversation. Oh dear, how we are your creation. Just let it out. We will have meditation. So say it back. A gross exaggeration. It's simple and in the explanation. You just light up the spliff and blaze up the chalice. Like Peter touching a Buckingham Palace. Give it sour diesel for red up the face. And then a rush like a high-speed race. Maybe call them back. Maybe take them back, yeah? Hey. Power Radio, what's that? Bang, dang. Well, we have been the best men, but people can't see the eye. Wearing Gucci and the Monday, feeling rich like Wesley style. I'm drinking freestyle like this. I'm burning my chalice through the night. Well, we have been the best men party, so let's rock the body light. Austrian girls, we're with everybody, and if you know you're ready. Big up, all of the women, big up, all of the girls, big up, all of the women, big up, hey, but if you're fat and you're buff, expensive, and go put your hand in the air and dance. But if you're fat and you're buff and you're getting ton of love, put your hand in the air and dance. Well, if you fat and you fat low, you want to stop, boom, and then I need the random. Jump, 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 jump and skin out, cause you know say you're sexy. Ball it out, cause you know say you're healthy. Make them know say that you have the winery. You crack your walk man, cause what they want money. See your style when it look well fancy. Tell you what about them, you have your man already. And you don't look like wolf and like monkey. Face now paint up just like a patchy. Run, come take it from you and shake. Make them know you're big and that time you're buff expensive and you put your hand in the air. Well, if you're fat and you're buff and have the tent and you put your hand in the air. And if you're fat and you're buff and you know that the stuff, put your hand in the air and dust. Hey! Cause I don't want no man to give me the good thing to do. Hey! I don't want no man to tell me the good thing to say. But I don't want no man to tell me the good thing to do. Hey, and I don't want no man tell me the girl them no sweet, the girl them no sweet. Hey, she'll be nice and lovely, sweet and sexy. Now she is the girl from me. She'll be nice and lovely, sweet and sexy.
Anything you want to say to listeners before you tune out? Anybody want to give a special shout out?
Man, I gotta shout out all the supporters that been, you know, rocking with me all these years, all this time. You know what I mean? Love of reggae music. You know what I mean? Yeah. Large up.
New single out entitled Sugar Cane.
Yes.
Check out the video on YouTube. Check out the song on iTunes or digital distributors.
Go cop that.
What else you got coming out?
Trouble Again, Trouble Again. That's
Trouble
the first
Again.
single.
Look out for the first single coming
After
out.
that, off the up rhythm. And you know, much more to come. You know, big up Sugar Bear, big up K Queens, yeah. A whole heap of things are coming, you understand? Yeah.
Power Reggae Radio,
Killer.
TGM Radio, PowerReggae.com.